Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really transformative topic, artificial intelligence in the food industry.
Yeah, it's huge.
We've pulled together quite a bit, timelines, overviews, a detailed study guide, actually, just to get a solid grip on how AI is changing, well, what we eat and how we eat it. And this isn't sci-fi, right? It's happening now. We've got some, I think, pretty surprising insights to share with you.
It really is happening now.
Mhm.
It's fascinating, actually, how deep AI has already gone across the whole food chain.
Right.
Our sources, they show it's touching everything. I mean, from the very start, planning products, right through to distribution, even how food gets tailored to us as individuals.
The scope is just massive.
That's one of the biggest takeaways, yeah. The sheer scope.
Okay, so let's dive in then. A major area, maybe the most obvious one, is efficiency and productivity.
Right.
That sounds a bit business speak, maybe, but what does it actually mean for our food?
Well, fundamentally, it's about making every step better, smoother.
Yeah.
Think about how a company decides what to make. AI can chew through tons of data consumer habits, market trends to predict what people will buy, and then help set up production just right.
So less guesswork.
Much less. And then, in the factories, you've got AI-powered robots doing repetitive stuff, sorting, packing, assembly, that kind of thing.
Which makes things faster, I assume.
Faster, yeah, but also more accurate.
Yeah.
And consistent. Plus, it can actually make the workplace safer for people.
Right, fewer repetitive strain injuries, maybe fewer mistakes leading to accidents. That's a solid benefit.
Definitely.
What about getting the food from the factory to, say, the supermarket shelf? That journey always seems incredibly complicated.
Oh, it is. And that's exactly where AI supply chain optimization really shines.
Okay.
These AI algorithms, they process just vast amounts of info weather forecasts, shipping logistics, sales data, you name it. And they use that to predict demand with, well, pretty amazing accuracy and manage inventory levels really tightly.
So less chance of stuff running out, but also less food getting wasted because it sat too long.
Yeah, exactly. Less waste, better availability. Win-win. And it even speeds up R&D, research, and development.
How so?
By analyzing data really quickly to flag promising new ingredients or processes and making sure resources are used efficiently in that research.
It's like having a super smart coordinator for the whole food system.
Sort of, yeah. A very data-driven one.
Now, besides speed and efficiency, our sources really highlight AI's role in sustainability. How's AI helping the food industry be, greener?
This is a really exciting part, I think. AI helps optimize resource use, energy, water, all through the production process. That's critical for cutting down the environmental footprint.
Makes sense.
But what's really interesting is how AI enables new things, like carbon utilization.
Carbon utilization?
Yeah, like AI can help fine-tune these bioreactors that capture CO2 emissions.
Okay.
And help convert that CO2 into usable, sustainable food ingredients. Think single-cell proteins, that kind of stuff.
Wow, wait. Turning carbon dioxide into food ingredients?
Essentially, yeah. It's a really novel approach. And AI is kind of the key to making it efficient.
That's genuinely innovative.
It is. And beyond that, AI is a massive help in fighting food waste, which is just this huge environmental and economic issue.
It really is.
By optimizing production, like we said, better demand forecasting. Even things like smart packaging powered by AI that monitors freshness all helps cut down discarded food.
Anything that makes a real dent in food waste is just invaluable.
Yeah.
Okay, another angle we all care about, food safety, quality. How's AI making food safer?
Well, it's allowing a big shift, moving away from just reacting to problems.
Like finding contamination after it happens.
Exactly. Moving from that to proactive prevention. AI algorithms analyze data from all over the supply chain to predict potential risks, contamination, spoilage before they happen.
Predicting risk. How?
By spotting patterns maybe humans wouldn't see in all the noise, and then suggesting preventative steps. Plus, think about AI inspections using computer vision.
So AI that can see.
Right. These systems can automatically scan food products for defects, contaminants, spoilage, much faster and often more consistently than a person could. And for finding nasty pathogens in factories, AI allows for real-time monitoring, which could be crucial to stop an outbreak spreading.
So it's like having a super vigilant, tireless quality control inspector working 24/7.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It definitely adds a layer of reassurance.
Okay. Shifting gears a bit, our sources also talked a lot about personalization, how AI is changing the link between food companies and us, the consumers.
Ah, yes. Personalization. This is where AI really leverages all that data we generate.
Right.
It allows companies to design products and make recommendations tailored to individual tastes, habits, needs based on our data.
We see that already, don't we? Like online delivery apps suggesting restaurants.
Exactly. That's a prime example. Based on your past orders, maybe time of day, AI suggests what you might like.
But it goes deeper than that.
Oh yeah, much deeper. Imagine AI looking at your dietary needs, maybe data from your fitness tracker,
Yeah.
even genetic factors potentially, to recommend specific meals or products that are perfectly aligned with your unique biology or health goals. Personalized nutrition.
Oh, so the food industry is starting to see us less as a mass market and more as individuals.
Precisely. Tailored experiences, tailored products.
Now, you mentioned we dive a bit deeper into the supply chain. We've touched on it. But what makes AI so critical there? It sounds incredibly complex.
It is complex. And AI brings a new level of intelligence to managing that whole intricate web. It's not just about tracking where a truck is.
Right.
It's about anticipating needs. AI chews through historical sales, seasonal patterns, even stuff like social media buzz.
Social media.
Yeah, sentiment analysis to generate these really accurate demand forecasts.
Which leads to
More efficient distribution, optimized stock levels in warehouses and shops, and like we said, less waste.
okay.
AI also helps predict price swings for ingredients or finished goods, so businesses can make smarter buying and pricing choices.
Helps them manage their costs better.
Exactly. And maybe most importantly, it boosts the resilience of the whole supply chain, makes it better able to cope with disruptions, bad weather, transport problems, you name it.
So a smarter, more adaptable, tougher system overall. Makes sense.
Hmm.
Another area that sounds really cutting edge is how AI is changing actual product development, creating new foods.
Absolutely. AI is becoming a serious tool for food scientists.
Oh.
It can analyze just massive data sets on food trends, predict what consumers might want next, even forecast reactions to new flavors or concepts.
So testing ideas before they even make the product.
Sort of. You can even simulate a product launch in a virtual market, gauge reactions before you invest millions in a real rollout.
No.
Plus, AI can get into the nitty-gritty of formulation, optimizing flavor, texture, nutritional content, finding novel ingredient combos.
That sounds particularly useful for things like plant-based meats.
Exactly. Alternative proteins, functional foods, areas where you're trying to create something new that meets specific demands, tastes good, and has the right texture. AI speeds that up significantly.
So AI is really accelerating innovation across the board in food.
It seems to be, yeah.
Okay, let's zoom in now. Some specific examples across the supply chain, starting right at the beginning. Agriculture. We hear precision farming. What is that, really?
Precision farming basically uses AI tools, drones, robots, sensors to monitor crops and fields in incredible detail.
Like what kind of detail?
Soil conditions, nutrient levels, water moisture. Then AI helps apply resources, fertilizer, water, precisely where and when needed. No more just spraying the whole field uniformly.
So less waste of resources, more efficient growth.
Exactly. Plus, AI helps predict yields more accurately, figure out the best times to plant and harvest, and even spot diseases or pests early on.
Early detection is key there.
Definitely. Allows for quicker, targeted treatment. And yes, you're also seeing more AI-guided automated machinery for planting, weeding, harvesting.
A real shift in farming. Okay, food leaves the farm, goes into manufacturing and processing. What's AI doing there?
Well, we mentioned automation intelligent robots for sorting, processing, packing. That's big. But also quality control is getting a huge AI boost. Real-time monitoring with computer vision, spotting tiny defects or contaminants on the production line.
Stuff humans might miss.
Easily.
Yeah.
Or just can't check as fast or consistently. And another thing is predictive maintenance.
For the factory machines.
Yeah. AI analyzes sensor data from the equipment to predict when a part might fail before it breaks down.
So they can fix it proactively, avoid costly shutdowns.
Precisely. Keeps things running smoothly.
Moving along the chain. Food safety and compliance. Beyond the factory floor checks, how else is AI strengthening this?
It's kind of multi-layered. Predictive analytics, like we discussed, identifying potential risks anywhere in the chain.
Okay.
AI-powered inspection systems making regulatory checks faster and more accurate. Traceability gets a massive upgrade too.
Tracking food back to its source if there's a problem.
Yeah, AI allows much faster and more precise tracking if there's, say, a recall needed. And again, that AI-driven pathogen detection for rapid identification of hazards.
So bolstering the safety net all around. And supply chain optimization, we keep coming back to it, but how does AI specifically improve the movement of food?
Well, it's the engine behind that super accurate demand forecasting. That drives better planning.
Right.
It optimizes logistics, finding the most efficient delivery routes, real-time tracking of shipments so you know where everything is.
Less fuel wasted, faster deliveries.
Yep, smart inventory management guided by AI means less spoilage, less waste, and overall it just brings more transparency. Businesses, maybe even consumers eventually, can see where food comes from more clearly.
Okay. Product development, again, we mentioned personalized nutrition and alternative proteins. How does AI specifically help create those?
Right. For personalized nutrition, AI can sift through health data, dietary needs, scientific research to pinpoint optimal formulations for specific groups or even individuals.
Tailoring nutrients precisely.
Yeah, and for alternative proteins, AI helps figure out the complex stuff, molecular structures, sensory properties needed to make plant-based or lab-grown options convincing.
Mimicking taste and texture.
Exactly. It helps match them to market demands and speeds up development. And don't forget that virtual market testing we mentioned, gauging reactions early.
Right, refining before the big launch. Okay, final stages. Food delivery, retail stores. What's AI doing there?
For delivery, it's route optimization for dryers, better ETA predictions for customers, and those personalized recommendations in the app. In stores, AI helps optimize shelf layouts, uses dynamic pricing to manage stock and cut waste.
Changing prices based on demand or expiry dates?
Potentially, yeah. And AI chatbots for customer service are becoming more common too.
Wow. It really does seem like AI is embedding itself everywhere in the food world.
It really is. Every single step.
Now, our sources also gave some pretty startling numbers on the market size and growth here.
Oh yeah, the numbers are impressive. The global AI in food and beverage market, it was valued around, what, $8.45 billion in 2023?
Which is already substantial.
Right, but the projections, they're talking a compound annual growth rate of over 39%.
39%. That's huge growth.
It is. They're forecasting it to reach nearly $68 billion by 2030. Just massive expansion.
What's driving that incredible growth?
Well, it's a few things coming together. The relentless push for efficiency we've talked about, growing consumer demand for personalized options, especially nutrition, and just the increasing power and necessity of data-driven decisions everywhere.
And who's leading the charge? Which technologies, which applications?
Right now, machine learning is kind of the dominant tech. It's the foundation for so much AI.
Makes sense.
But robotics and automation are expected to grow significantly as they get better and cheaper. Application-wise, food processing is big now, but supply chain management is tipped to be the fastest growing bit.
Interesting. And the users?
Food manufacturers are the biggest adopters currently, but online food delivery platforms are catching up fast, using AI heavily.
And we see big names.
Oh yeah. Think Unilever, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Walmart, they're all actively integrating AI in various ways.
So this isn't niche tech anymore. It's becoming core strategy for the giants.
Absolutely. It's moving mainstream within the industry.
We also had a section revisiting sustainability and AI. Beyond what we covered, any other key ways AI is helping create a more sustainable food system?
Yeah, definitely. Beyond just saving water and energy, AI is being used to actively track and reduce carbon emissions all along the chain.
Tracking emissions.
Yeah, getting a much clearer picture, which is the first step to reduction. Then there's optimizing those carbon utilization techs we mentioned.
Right, turning CO2 into ingredients.
And even sustainable packaging. AI is helping design packaging that uses less material or helping develop new eco-friendly materials like bioplastics.
It's fascinating how it all links together. Efficiency gains often mean sustainability gains.
Very often, yeah. They go hand in hand.
Okay, but it can't all be smooth sailing, right?
Right.
What are the hurdles, the challenges? Any ethical flags raised?
Oh, definitely challenges. Implementation cost is a big one. Integrating these complex AI systems isn't cheap or easy.
Requires investment and expertise.
Exactly. Which leads to another challenge. The lack of skilled workers who understand both AI and the food industry.
The talent gap.
And then data privacy and security are huge concerns. You're dealing with potentially sensitive consumer data, production data, needs careful handling and regulation.
And the ethical side.
Well, data privacy overlaps there,
Yeah.
but also algorithmic transparency, knowing how AI makes decisions, avoiding bias in those algorithms.
Bias. How could AI be biased in food?
Well, imagine personalization algorithms favoring certain demographics, or predictive policing of safety focusing unfairly on certain suppliers. Transparency is key.
Mm.
Plus, the impact on jobs automation, replacing human workers.
Right, the employment question.
Yeah. And maintaining diversity in the food system, ensuring accountability when AI gets things wrong. Lots to consider.
So it's powerful, but needs careful implementation and oversight.
Absolutely. It's not just plug and play.
Looking ahead then, what's on the horizon? What emerging AI tech might impact food next? And what should businesses be thinking about?
Well, generative AI, the tech behind things like ChatGPT, could start designing novel food concepts or recipes. Advanced robotics will get more capable, more dexterous.
AI creating recipes. Interesting.
And you might see more convergence, like AI combined with blockchain, for even better traceability and transparency in the supply chain.
Okay. And recommendations for food businesses thinking about AI.
Well, first, prioritize based on actual needs and potential ROI. Don't just chase shiny tech.
Be strategic.
Exactly. Ensure you have good quality data. AI is useless without it. Invest in training your workforce or hiring the right skills. Develop clear ethical guidelines from the start.
Proactive ethics.
Yes. Foster collaborations, maybe start with pilot projects. A phased approach often works best. And definitely prioritize AI solutions that boost sustainability and food safety, as those offer huge value.
Sound advice. So, wrapping this up, it's been incredibly insightful. It's crystal clear AI is rapidly reshaping not just what we eat, but the entire journey it takes to reach us.
Indeed. The pace and the breadth of this change are just remarkable. And the potential is huge for a system that's more efficient, more sustainable, safer, and yes, more personalized.
It really is. And on that note, here's maybe a final thought for you, our listener, to chew on. As artificial intelligence keeps weaving itself deeper into our food systems, how is it going to ultimately shape our fundamental relationship with food itself? And what are those bigger, long-term societal impacts we really need to start thinking about now?
Big question.
Definitely something that will keep evolving. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure. Always fascinating.